a multinational, multi-million-dollar federation where you just set one up that you can do all the platforms, or two different streams. Like, how
You literally need an iPhone.
it wouldn't. An iPhone would be the best scenario.
What's the IWF busy with?
It's if you've ever been,
Is the only job to promote the sport?
If you go to
I'm trying to be like sarcastic, Seb, and be like, hey, like they're too busy doing. I was trying to make a joke, like they're too busy worrying about something. I don't even know what the they're worrying about. The only thing to worry about in your federation is to promote the sport.
When you go to national competitions, you just see them. You see them all there. They're just like 75 plus.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of got a beer belly. Just getting like everyone's wearing a 3 suit.
All right, so that last video that I just showed was Seb from Weightlifting House, Owen from Seek a Strength, and myself after having just commentated one of the sessions in the Asian Championships, one of the 3 continental championships that had just occurred in the sport of weightlifting. Olympic weightlifting, that means competing 3 attempts in the snatch and 3 attempts in the clean and jerk to put together, make a total, and that's the sport, okay? We were basically talking about the absolute travesty that is the IWF as a vessel for promotion. People like myself, Seb, Owen, All Things Gym, Hook Grip, Clarence, many other people on YouTube, we do way more for the sport than the actual centralized federation does for the sport. It's worth noting this because the sport itself is somewhat on a downward trend in the eyes of the IOC. I'm just going to say all this to fill you guys in. This is a massive rabbit hole that we could all dive down, but I want to fill in the people that may not understand how our sport has gotten to where it is right now. Weightlifting as a whole has been marginalized in the eyes of the IOC. And this is because, well, it's less profitable, so that more and more of these doping sanctions that do come up make it look worse and worse. It's kind of like that scene from Step Brothers. I've brought this up before on this channel, where Dale and Brennan are in the interview with Seth Rogen. And I think Dale is the one who farts. And then Seth Rogen goes, you know what? Those tuxedos look kind of weird. Basically, what I mean by that is these doping sanctions, they occur in lots of other sports, but they look a lot worse in a sport that does nothing for the Olympics. And really no one understands. This is just something that I've noticed as a coach and an athlete in this sport for so goddamn long. People still don't know what weightlifting is. If I was to say to anyone on the street, I'm a weightlifting coach, they would have no idea the specifics of what that means. It would be very unlikely. Now, if I said I'm an Olympic weightlifting coach, they may have a little bit more of an idea, but even then, they don't even know what Olympic weightlifting is. It's hard for us who are involved in this little niche sport to really see that. But, even if you go to other strength sports like powerlifting, if I was to say I'm a powerlifting coach and I was to say, hey, can you guess what we do in that? They'd probably be like, I don't know, do you guys like bench press and squat? And they'd be like, actually, yes, we do. If I tell them I'm a weightlifting coach, they're probably not going to say, do you move the bar from the ground to overhead in one fluid movement called the snatch? Like, no, no one knows what this is. It's problematic because if you look at the IWF's Instagram, just check this out. First off, their name is IWF.net. I don't know why. It's kind of weird, but we have had 3 continental games, which are gold level events. They are behind the World Championships and the Olympics. They are the biggest events worldwide. Okay? And during that time, they posted, I don't know, maybe 4 times, 5 times, 6, I don't know. And here is one of the most ridiculous. Okay, they've posted, let's see, when did they post this? April 18th. Now, if we look at when European Championships, April, from the 3rd to the 11th, okay? Now, before I show you guys this post, This was on April 18th. Now we go back to, let's see, when was this post made? 100 days till Tokyo. April 14th. Okay, keep going, keep going. April 9th. Okay, so in this window to anywhere up here, we don't see a single European Championship lift. Not one from the back room, not one from the training hall, not one from the goddamn platform. But what we do see is a CrossFitter doing a handstand and push-up warm-up. What do you guys think about this routine from this CrossFit coach? Okay, that's what we're dealing with. Obviously, they have outsourced their Instagram, okay? Not a good move when your sport is dying, IWF. And I'm sorry, maybe I sound like I'm but they have no idea. I can guarantee you, they don't even know who the I am, who the Seb is, Owen is, Clarence is, anyone who puts their livelihood around this. Do you know how easy it is to, and by the way, Pan American Championships happened, okay? Plenty of amazing lifts happen at Pan American Championships. For God's sakes, world records were broken at the Asian Championships. Seb and Owen and I watched them live, and we posted about them on our YouTubes. And yet, you still don't see a single post on their Instagram here. Do they want this sport to succeed? First off, just go have some random dude, one of the random guys that you guys have in the coats, just go back there and hold an iPhone while Lu Xiaojun does literally anything. Literally anything. He could be putting on his shoes. Lu Xiaojun strapping on the golden antas. Boom! Hundreds of thousands of China fanboys are going to be like, based Lu on there. Okay? I know I'm ranting, freaking out. I love getting this fired up because I love this sport. I do. And I don't want to see it die because there's zero promotion. All anyone is going to know is the drug sanctions and how we're a dying sport in the Olympics. There are only 8 male sessions and 8 female sessions now in the Olympics. Maybe even less. I think it might be 6 and 6. Whereas, I don't know, there used to be 20 of each. We only have an A group and a very select amount of sessions. If you think about swimming, gymnastics, there's like hundreds of athletes competing for their countries. We only have tiny sessions and 8 of them total. Who knows if this is going to make it to the 2024 Olympic Games? Promote your sport. Be better. I don't understand. It makes zero sense to me. So anyways, that's my rant, guys. Maybe I overreacted a little bit, but I'm having fun. Sometimes I want to let off a little bit of steam. This is who I am. This is how I feel about this particular thing. Like, it would be very simple to just like go in the back room and film some lifts. We have All Things Gym, Hook Rip doing that and succeeding incredibly. They're doing so much more for the sport than the actual sport is doing for itself. It makes zero sense. This is the modern era. Like, take ownership. Get some young people involved in the sport rather than a bunch of old people that were around when Ayan was there. Ayan, by the way, is the biggest piece of shit stain on this sport. And yet the echoes of what Ayan did are still walking around today. Get him out of there. Get all of this bullshit out of there or else our sport is going to die.